Oh, by
check.
Well, it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you. And I know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I'll raise my voice and stand my ground, 'cause it looks like it might be a hard road. I'm gonna walk it with you.
And it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. And I know it's gonna be a hard fight, but I will stay right here. I'll shine a light in the darkest hour. I'll face the man in the tallest tower. Well, it looks like it might be a long night, but I ain't going nowhere. I will fight. I'll stride in the name of love. I will speak. I will shout. I'll sing to the skies above. Well, it looks like it might be a perilous climb, but I will follow your lead. And I know it might be a long
a hard road. I'm gonna walk it with you. And you know you might have a heavy load, but I can carry some too. I will lift you up when they push you down. I will raise my voice and stand my ground when it looks like it might be a hard road. I'm gonna walk it with you.
That's right.
I'm gonna walk it with you. I'm gonna walk it with you.
I will walk.
I will walk.
I will fight.
I will fight.
Find the light
All night through, 'cause it looks like it might be a hard road, but I'm gonna walk it with you.
How about that band, folks? I see folks still looking for places to be. I also don't see our board welcomer this morning. So instead, we have a different board welcomer. Here comes Wendy Jessup. And maybe we'll just be welcomed multiple times. If you have space near you as folks are coming in, just raise your hand or scooch in or look friendly, you know. Okay, thanks.
UUCA, it is delightful to see you all this morning. I loved dancing at the back of the sanctuary this morning. I am doing double duty with ushering. My name is Wendy Jessup. My pronouns are she, her. It's so nice that it's springtime. So we welcome you, whether you're online or whether you're in the sanctuary with us. We are an inclusive community. We welcome all genders, all sexual orientations, all personal expression. We welcome you, and we're delighted to have you with us. Come and meet us after the service. We have coffee hour. We've got information in the back room, in the back of the fellowship hall. But if you would like a quieter place, because some people do want quieter places, we do have a quiet place down at the end of the hall in the welcome room where you can meet with an ambassador to talk about who we are as UUs for quiet contemplation. So welcome, enjoy this beautiful day, enjoy the sermon series. Rev Amanda, I am looking forward to Rev Amanda's theology this afternoon, so if you can join us, I'm sure she will tell us more about it during the service. I'm putting words in your mouth. So thank you for coming, and thank you for joining us online or in person. And I'll see you dancing at the back of the sanctuary.
All right. Wendy, thank you so much. So often at UUCA, we say teamwork makes the dream work. When one of us needs to fill in, I'm grateful for that on staff. I'm grateful for that in the board and in the congregation as a whole. I am Reverend Amanda Poppy. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm honored to serve as senior minister here at UUCA. I serve alongside my colleague, Reverend Carol Thomas Sissel, who is on sabbatical right now. She'll be back in June, so we hope she's having a restful and wonderful time. And so today, I get to share the chancel with Allison Cardy, one of our worship associates. I am, as you have already seen, delighted to have the band near the chancel this morning, providing music under the leadership of our director of music, David Mann. I am grateful for everybody who helps to make Sunday possible, our teachers and nursery care providers, our ushers, our Sunday ambassadors, all of those folks. And I am grateful in particular today for our AV tech, our folks who operate the camera. And Barbara, you're totally fine. And Wendy filled in, and we love you. Let's just hear it for, teams. We actually have a number of board members here. I'll just invite them to wave so that you know where they are. Val's over there, there's Dan, there's Burke, there's Barbara, there's Jen. They're all here connecting this morning. Our AV team runs the sound and camera, which makes it possible for us to live stream. And as some of you may have heard, Art, who does our camera work, is moving with what I know. He says that it's not been a secret, but they're just late on telling people. I'm so sorry that I'm telling you now. But Art and Stephanie are moving to Spain. Right, so we're just gonna have like a roller coaster of emotions, I guess. I wasn't planning that, but everybody take a moment. Oh no, we're gonna miss Art so much. Wow, that's amazing. I wonder if they'll have a guest bedroom. So just like all the way through that, just ride the wave, just keep processing. Art is one of our 2 camera operators. Art and Wesley Joe operate the camera on Sundays, and they alternate. Art is here many Sundays a month, and so we are looking for 1 or 2 more camera operators. It is teachable skill. You do not need to be a videographer. It is a teachable skill. So I just want to invite you to go back and talk with Art about either his future guest bedroom or about camera operating, and we have a few months till they head out, so, but please think about that as you're thinking about all the ways to serve. Okay, that was a long announcement, but I really want us to keep live streaming, y'all, so. I want to now invite you, if you're online, say hi in the chat. If you are in the space today, turn and say hello to some people near you, particularly new faces to you. Oh my God, amazing. Get applause for the underneath the talking music. I don't know about you all, but I'm like, well, could we just do a concert this morning? Shout out actually to a couple weeks ago now, was it, right? That we had our 3rd or 4th concert of the year here for Transgender Day of Visibility. I heard it was a really wonderful singer-songwriter showcase brought here by Matt Little, so just grateful for that. I also want to share just one more invitation today. After service in the activity room downstairs, there's an opportunity for families to do some intergenerational social justice work. We'll be bagging up food for Path Forward. Path Forward supports families in Arlington and beyond. And folks who are unhoused in particular. So if you want to be part of that, families are welcome. Just head down to the activity room downstairs and take a few moments as a family to connect with each other, to connect with other families, and to help our unhoused neighbors. So invitation to pass along. And now I have a call to worship to pass along. This comes to us from the Reverend Bran Lennox. They are the minister at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Fun fact, that's the church that my mother was a teenager in as part of liberal religious youth back in the day. And they offer us these words. We have chosen to bring ourselves here to this sanctuary to gather as a community of faith. We join together in solidarity as a covenanted people who are drawn together by the promise of connection and the mysterious pull of the unanswerable. We draw on experiences of love and wonder to lift our hearts and move us beyond the mundane. As seekers, wanderers, appreciators of nature, connoisseurs of curiosity, and creators of connection, our paths have converged today so that we might become present to the spirit that is worship. And so, let us worship together.
Good morning, all. Each week at UUCA, we light a candle of compassion. One meditation I like uses the phrase, "the pain of living this human life." This morning, we offer compassion for all those experiencing suffering. We particularly hold those impacted by war, by difficult challenges, and those feeling cut off from an experience of love in all its forms. And now we will lay our chalice. The words are in your order of service. I'll read the first part, and then you'll join in. We gather together as a community of memory and hope to celebrate life and its infinite possibilities for love. We light this chalice as a symbol of the light within every human heart. May our individual sparks meet and merge, bringing both light and warmth to the world.
And I would like to invite you now to rise in body or in spirit. We're going to sing together a piece not in our hymnal, so you've got some lyrics in your order of service, and the band is going to lead us as we sing.
So for this hymn, which comes from our online hymnal, Sing Out Love, we're going to sing it all together 3 times, and then we'll split. It's a round. We'll split into 2 parts. If you're on this side of the congregation, you'll go first. If you're on that side of the congregation furthest from the piano, you'll go second. So again, 3 times together, 2 times separately, ending, hopefully, where you think you're supposed to be. Here we go. 1.
Thank you so much. That is one that always gets me, a little bit of a tearjerker. I said hello to someone this morning who came in and said, well, I've only cried once so far. Service hadn't started. So just like, come on in, bring your whole selves, folks. I would like to invite any of our younger folks who would like to join me to come on over and have a seat on the rug. And, you know, one of the reasons I love that song, so you can sit right down, you're gonna be sort of facing me and this. So, one of the reasons I love that song we just sang, it is a big plant, yes, is that it reminds me sort of what it feels like to feel loved. When I sing that song, and especially if I do that thing that we tried a couple of weeks ago in service upstairs, where we put a hand on our heart and a hand on our stomach, you know, to feel centered. Does anyone remember that? Pop quiz? Like 3 people nodded, great. Especially if I do that while I sing it, it makes me, like, gives me the feeling of what it feels like when I know someone loves me, you know, my family or my friends. And so today we're talking about love upstairs, and I thought it might be good to talk about what it means to love a plant. How do we love a plant? As Teague has pointed out, this is quite a large plant. I would like to say that if this plant were in my home, it would look very different. It would be less green and less beautiful, and I would be sort of snipping off the brown leaves when someone came to my house so that I would pretend that I knew how to take care of plants. Our plants here at UUCA are taken care of by Gail Lehman, one of our members who is our plant nurturer and plant whisperer. I don't know if Gail is here today or watching, but if you know her, let her know how amazing it is to have beautifully cared for plants as we are in our space. And so that's why this plant is so beautiful. And so I wonder, if you love a plant, if you want it to look like this plant, how do you show your love for a plant? Yes. You have to water it. Yes. Perfect. Yes. You have to give it the right amount of sunlight. Yes. Also, yeah. Do you have something that covers it? Yeah. What do you think? You have to give it the right type of soil. Yes. Yes, so you have to care for it, and instead of watering it, you could make your very own self-watering pot, which Sam has done. So if you would like help with that, just, I guess, let Sam know. It's possible Ashley, his parent, who's a science teacher, was involved. Did your mom help? No. Oh, and she says no, he did it himself. Okay, that's great, awesome. So you have to water it, you have to give it the right amount of sunlight. Do you have to give it the right amount of water, or does it just not matter? Any plant, you just dump in however much water you want to dump in. Oh, is this why I have trouble at home? Okay. And probably, yeah. And then you have to do the right amount. If you're doing orchids, you have to give them ice cubes. Especially a desert plant, you have to give them the right amount of sunlight and the right kind of soil. And also, the right, what? The right pot? Yeah, what do you think? The right size pot, exactly. You have to move pots sometimes. Yes, sometimes the plant is in a pot that ends up too small for it. I don't know if any of you remember a couple months ago when Rev CTC talked about the platinum rule, where the golden rule was do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But the platinum rule, does anyone remember the platinum rule? What do you think? Yes, exactly. Treat other people how they want to be treated. So plants are like that too. You can't just No, you can't just treat every plant the same, the way you can't treat every person exactly the way you want. You need to find out from the person, right, how they would like to be treated, and you need to find out from the plant. I had a friend who is very good at plants, and I asked her once, how would I know if I had given the plant enough water? And she said, it just tells you, which was not helpful. But I do think some people, if they really pay attention to their plants, they know when it's too much water or just enough, and when it's the right amount of sunlight or too little, and when it's the right kind of soil, like a desert plant needs different soil than a tropical plant, and when the pot is too small. Do you have an addition? Yeah. Yes. Yes, sometimes you can tell if the plant is thirsty by the soil, which if it's dry and a lighter color, it probably needs water. I actually planned this wisdom lesson entirely for my own plant edification. But one of the things I was thinking about, there's a phrase that people often say, which is, if you love something, you have to let it go. And that's true. Sometimes there are things that we do need to let go, relationships we need to let go, or people we need to kind of set free. But I wondered, thinking about plants, and especially thinking about pots, and how sometimes pots get too small for the plant, that I wonder if another phrase might be, if you love something, you have to let it grow. You have to give it the kind of love that helps it to be like this plant, big and beautiful. And when it's feeling too hampered in or too closed in, you have to get a bigger pot for it so that it can grow, just like this plant. And maybe like you too, sometimes you might need bigger clothes or a bigger bed or more freedom, the chance to take on more responsibility. That's true for kids. It's true for adults too. Sometimes when we really love someone, we need to help them to grow, and we hope that people we love help us to grow too, just like this beautiful plant, which Gail is helping to grow. So thank you for all the tips. I do feel more prepared, and possibly we'll look into self-watering systems. I think it's time to go to your classes now, where you can provide more plant tips to your teachers. Folks, we're going to make an arch with our hands as the kids go through, and we're going to sing them on their way to their classes. Always count on our children to know a little more about the subject than I do. I want to invite you into a time of centering and meditation, time of prayer, but one that invites you to embody planthood. So if you are comfortable to close your eyes, if that feels good to you, please do so. If not, soften your gaze, just kind of look at your hands, maybe hands that can dig in the dirt or hold a flower, or just take a moment to get yourself centered to start. I want you to imagine yourself as a growing thing. Imagine yourself as a plant. You get to pick a flower or a tree, a tiny seedling, an azalea bush bursting in bloom. Just take a moment to think about what kind of plant you are today. And in this time of spring and growth, I want to invite you to feel your plant roots going down deep. Breathe in just a little and out, and get yourself really rooted. And I want to invite you to feel the sun on you. Imagine the warmth around you, just the right amount. Take a breath as you bask in that warmth. And perhaps you can imagine water falling from the rain, or a water pot, or a garden hose. Feel yourself soaking that up. See if you can stretch out your plant self. Maybe with that groundedness, with that sun and with that rain, you are growing just a little, even right now. Another bloom, a little more pollen, a fuller crown. Feel yourself in this moment a growing thing, connected to all that is, growing down and out and up. Take a breath. Return to this space where you are a growing thing. May it be so.
UUCA is a congregation that gives, and at UUCA, 70% of the offering goes to a Share the Plate recipient and 30% stays within the church. This month, UUCA is sharing the plate with Alive, a nonprofit serving low-income residents in Alexandria with critical essentials. UUCA has been one of Alive's now 50 affiliated congregations since 1990. Alive works to create a community of varied faith traditions, neighbors helping neighbors. Your donation helps in several ways, providing food for people who struggle with increasing rents and high grocery prices, helping prevent evictions with financial help and access to legal information, delivering good, used, basic furniture and housewares, providing transitional housing for up to 2 years for families who have been homeless, and connecting people to services that will help them improve their lives and gain a sense of well-being that comes with greater economic stability. Also, please note that each Sunday in April, Alive is collecting items that its clients request in addition to food, and you can see all the items in your order of service. And you can also leave those items in the boxes in the UUCA lobby area. There's also a way to send in online orders. For the offering, please write a check to UUCA, write pledge or share the plate in the memo line and drop it in the plate, or you can put cash in or donate online. Would the ushers please come forward to collect the offering?
Love is contagious. Love is contagious. I know it 'cause I feel it. I feel you from you feel it. You are courageous. You are courageous, asking when you need it. You know that we all need it. We can't do this alone. And when the wind blows, changing everything we knew before, my heart says go slow. Every beat reveals another step forward. And when you reach out, you're giving me a chance to love you more. And when you reach out, you're giving me a chance to love you more. Grace and peace are unfolding. Grace and peace are unfolding. I know it 'cause I feel it. Through the destruction I can feel it. Forgiveness is weaving. Forgiveness is weaving into me my past and future selves. This present one can feel it. And when the wind blows, shaking our foundation to the core, we'll bend and not break. And when we break, we'll given me a chance to love you more. And when I reach out, I'm giving you a chance to love me more. Love is contagious. Love is contagious. I know it 'cause I feel it. I feel it from you, feel it. Love is contagious. Love is contagious. I know it 'cause I feel it. You know that we all need it. We can't do this alone.
Thank you so much to the band. That was beautiful. Also, we had Rev Amanda on backup vocals. Also very nice. We'll bless the offering now. The words are in your order of service. We bless and receive these gifts, opening our hearts to true generosity. Let us be grateful when we give, be it time, talent, or treasure. Let us be grateful for our needs and the experience of vulnerability. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts to nurture this congregation. Thank you. Today's reading is an excerpt from We Call These Things Love by Rev. Adam Robersmith. Love, in relational and process theologies, is not the warm and mushy feelings of pop music and romantic comedies. Love is what allows the world to exist. It is what holds all things together and makes existence coherent. Love is relationship at its best, a way of being that requires relational power, a power that values and respects that which it connects. This kind of love, relational and divine, is also practical and observable in our world. The profound relatedness of fungi, mycelium, and tree roots, of intestinal flora and animals, provides mutual benefit and thriving for each. The presence of apex predators can improve the landscape by limiting how prey consume plants, so more plants slow erosion, and therefore more water is retained in the soil. This is nothing if not relational. My understanding of religious community is centered in a love that must be shared to exist and grow, is powerful through relatedness, and sustains individuals while drawing them into community. I imagine an ecology of love rooted and growing within our congregations and communities, a vast interconnectedness of our own forests and oceans, plains, and deserts. The world itself tells us that a system can have space to include a vast diversity of people and ideas that engender life and growth in a myriad of forms. If love is the very best version of relatedness, then love is at the center of life itself and networked throughout our entire existence.
Thank you so much, Allison, for that reading and, for outing me as the backup singer on that one. and thank you, band. That song was a request of mine. It's one that's been really meaningful to me in my life, particularly when I've been going through transitions or difficult times, I repeat that phrase to myself, that when I reach out, I'm giving you a chance to love me more. And it's encouraged me in moments when I wasn't sure if I was burdening other people, and I hope that you all hear in all of the lines of that song that invitation to reach out, because that's how we love each other more. You know, if you have been around a little while, that music and playlists are pretty important to me. I have like a crying playlist, you know, and a don't cry anymore playlist. And I have a playlist that's called Amanda Goes to Church, which I actually crowdsourced originally. It's sort of all music that I experience as theological or spiritual in some way. It's quite a variety. I was listening to Florence and the Machine on the way in. There's just a lot in there. But when I turned it on this morning on my way in, just as I started the car, the first piece that came on, of course, was Closer to Fine, because, you know, I'm a queer white woman born on the cusp of the millennial and Gen X generations, and sometimes it's nice to, like, lean into a stereotype. So I actually texted David, as he knows, with a request for that song on May 10th. So I'm hoping, cross your fingers, that that band's playing again on May 10th and we'll be able to offer that to us. But the truth is that I think that song, which is an Indigo Girls song, if you're not born on, don't fit my particular demographics, maybe, I don't know. I think that song could actually work for Unitarian Universalist theology almost all of the time. It could have gone with anything in this theology sermon series that, as Wendy mentioned, we're starting this Sunday. The less I seek my source for some definitive, the song goes, the closer I am to fine. The less I seek my source for some definitive. I think that as I said, that could be the anthem music of Unitarian Universalist theology. Theology is generally thought of as the study of God, the study of the divine, the study of what creates meaning in our life, the study of who we are, how we fit in, where we're going, where we came from, all of the big questions of life. And I think sometimes we wonder what theology can mean within a Unitarian Universalist context, because we are a religious tradition that since our inception has had no creed, right? No set of beliefs that you have to sign on the dotted line or say out loud on Sunday. No set of theological statements that are definitive about the nature of the universe or about the nature of God. Because of all that, we might wonder, how does theology fit in? But even though we don't have definitive statements about that, we certainly think about it. I do. I suspect that you do as well. And in almost every religious context, theology really invites us to think about our worldviews, about what brings the deepest meaning to our lives. And I actually think that that's where a Unitarian Universalist context engages theology particularly deeply. Because often within Unitarian Universalism, we are asking about what is sometimes called practical theology or applied theology. So we're not asking only questions about what is out there, but we're asking how that matters, how that shapes what we do right here. Some of that has to do with the influence of humanism in Unitarian Universalism. Because of our historic roots as a tradition rooted in human experience, we are looking as a people for ways to live here and now in this moment. Now, although Unitarian Universalism doesn't have a creed, it does have some shared values that have been articulated. And because we believe in the democratic process, that's one of our sort of core values and historical commitments. Those values were articulated through 7 million surveys, small groups, and many votes over a couple of years, right? Some of you were part of that process just a couple of years ago when nationally, the Unitarian Universalist Association re-articulated some of the core values that we hold, values like justice and transformation, equity, and as they articulated those particular values, they kept coming back. All of those surveys and conversations, they kept coming back to the idea that at the center of all of it was love. And that really is what I have seen capture the imagination coming out of that process. Some folks can name all 6, I think, of the, well, that was embarrassing, of the values that surround. But almost everyone can say, oh yes, that's right, love is at the center. And so it behooves us to think a little bit about what kind of love exactly we are talking about, right? Are we talking about the love sung in the song this morning? The kind of love that walks with you, that moves with you, that stays with you when things are hard? Are we talking about the kind of love that Adam Robersmith talks about when he describes love as a relational principle found throughout the natural world? The connecting force that makes the world possible. I have at different times preached about some of the Greek concepts of love, the Greek words for love, and you might be familiar with some of them. Eros, which is romantic love, right? Philia, which is friendship love. And then agape, which is a kind of love that isn't held to the individual or to the specific, but which extends out to the corporate, to the body, to a community of people. When the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King talked about the beloved community, when Josiah Royce, a couple decades before, brought that idea in, they were talking about agape love. They were talking about love that isn't because I happen to like you, but love that exists because we are part of the same human family, because we are connected in deep ways, in sacred ways. The concept of namaste, which we talked about a couple of months ago, that idea that the divine in me greets the divine in you. That's getting to the idea also of agape love, all through different religious traditions, all through different cultures in history. We see this reaching, this naming of a kind of love that is bigger than any one of us. A kind of love that exists in the roots. So Robersmith talks about love really literally in the roots, right? Love as a relational power at the center of our world, as a kind of action. I heard once about a wedding that someone did. I didn't go to it. Where the couple decided beforehand, while planning the wedding, that they would never use the word love. It was too nonspecific. Instead, their vows were about the particular ways that they were promising to care for each other. Now, I don't know that I would plan a wedding fully without the word love. That just might not be like my jam. But I love the idea of particularity in how we care for each other. The right kind of soil, the right kind of water, just enough sunlight. Each one of us needs to be loved in a different way. And I love the idea of figuring out what that is for the people that we hold most dear. And I like the idea, too, of love as an action, as something that we choose to do over and over again. Feminist and womanist theorist Bell Hooks, in her book All About Love, New Visions, defined love this way: love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. Love is as love does, Hooks wrote. Love is an act of will, namely both an intention and an action. Will also implies choice. We do not have to love. We choose to love. I appreciate the way Hooks invites us into that love as an action, love as a choice. And love, and here Hooks is talking primarily about intimate relationships, about deep friendships, about romantic relationships, about familial relationships. In All About Love, New Visions, Hooks really invites us to see love as what we might imagine or call a liberating force. That love is something where when we love another person, what we're doing is we are committing ourselves to their spiritual growth. They are committing themselves to our spiritual growth. Together, we're not just like schmoopy, right? Is that a word? Schmoopy? You know, like Valentine's-y. Instead, we are creating something with each other. And that can be in any kind of deep relationship, right? Hooks says, and this quote I have actually used in a wedding ceremony. Hooks wrote, "The moment we choose to love, we begin to move against domination, against oppression. The moment we choose to love, we begin to move toward freedom, to act in ways that liberate ourselves and others." Imagine that idea. Imagine what Hooks is trying to say about a love that liberates, a love that is actually actively against domination and oppression. Imagine that in the context of, for instance, marriage in the history of human society, right? The sort of patriarchal understanding of marriage, which was originally about land consolidation, so only for folks with land, and then about control often. And you can see the way that Hooks's understanding invites us into a different kind of relating. Again, in our romantic lives, in our friendships, in our family relationships. Maybe, like me, you have had friendships, relationships, that have invited you to grow over time, that have been willing not just to find out how much sunlight and how much water you need, but have noticed when you have outgrown the pot and have helped you find a bigger one. We can imagine what that kind of liberating love, that kind of love that encourages our own growth, that invites us to encourage another person's growth, what that means for us in our most particular relationships, our friendships, our family ties. What does that kind of love then mean in our life as a community? What does it mean for us as Unitarian Universalists? Now, I would argue that theology very much influences our personal relationships as well. In fact, I think we see that in the world at large. Many people would like to use theology to limit our personal relationships, our most intimate loves. And in Unitarian Universalism, those personal relationships are also informed by our theology, but they are informed by a theology that invites a love that expands, a love that grows, a love that opens. And that is true for our congregational life as well. What we are called to ask each time is, what does that love a love that seeks the growth and liberation, the flourishing of all people, what does that love ask of me in this moment? As I read the headlines, as I navigate my workplace, as I live with my family members, what does a love that liberates and grows, a love that is always looking to see whether you need a bigger pot or a different kind of soil, what does that love ask of us in this moment, in our neighborhoods, in our homes, in the world at large? Love for me has always been closest to a definition of God that I can understand. And we're going to come back to that on May 10th. We're going to talk about evil next week. That'll be fun. We're going to talk about the inherent worth of every person and how we live that out, particularly with some persons. And then we're going to circle back and talk a little bit more about how we understand the divine, about how love at the center can be a grounding force for that, and about how we navigate a world that is changing and how that might actually come back to the original question. So I hope that you'll join me on that series, and I hope as we move forward, we keep love at the center. I want to invite you to rise in body or in spirit and join in our closing song, Lean on Me. Honestly, I think this is easier if they don't look at their hymnals, don't you think? Like, just sing. Okay.
Thank you for the beautiful music. We'll now extinguish our chalice. The words are in your order of service. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light and warmth it represents. These we carry with us, bringing our sparks of love to the world.
When you bring those sparks of love, just watch for the kind of love it is. A kind of love that listens for the sun you need and the rain you need. A kind of love that helps you find a bigger pot. Let's bring those sparks of liberating love wherever we go.
You can play the game and you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing a fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out if you only will. Do as I say.
You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. Tell me what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Tell somebody how you feel. You can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease.
Shower the people you love with love. Yes, and show them the way that you feel. I know things are gonna be just what I'd like to do to you. Yeah, shower the shower the people that you feel. Oh yeah. Love with love. Show them the way that you feel. You'll feel better right away. People you love with love. Don't take much to do. Sell your pride.